Alrighty then. So, we are back and bigger than ever for Season 2 of the Dynamic Racing series. Had a long break over Christmas. I hope you enjoyed your Christmas. I most certainly did. But we are back for a new season of racing on F1 2019. Oh, it's been a while since I've done this. But it's good to be back in the commentary box. Should be a very entertaining race. So, to explain what happened between the seasons, we've had a bit of a shake-up between the teams. Drivers switching to other teams. And we've also had a complete shake-up of the calendar. We put it into a random place generator. And the first track that we go to is Azerbaijan. This is going to be one hell of a race. What a way to begin a season at Baku City Circuit. It's going to be absolute chaos. Oh, but it's great to be back. Like I said, bigger than ever. We've now finally got 3 championships underway. We've now got the Green Championship, which we had last year. We've got the same Formula 2 Championship, but now we've got the Blue Championship as well. Now, the Blue Championship is exactly the same as the Green Championship, except it's for more casual players, such as myself. Well, I wouldn't call myself casual, I'd call myself crap. But it's the same thing, but with assists enabled. In this league, in the Green Championship, no assists. Absolutely none. No TCS, no ABS. It's all down to the driver in this league. Oof. 15 drivers, that's not too bad. We do have a couple of drivers away, unfortunately. We do have a couple away. But that's alright. 15 is a very competitive field. There might be a couple more on their way. Let's have a look here. Got Papa G now in the Haas. Hopefully he's looking to redeem himself this year after having a fairly, I wouldn't say shocking, but not going to plan Season 1 for Papa G. Aussie Rizzy Rick joins the championship for Alfa Romeo Racing. Semi-Pro moves to Ferrari from Toro Rosso, I believe. Safety car in the McLaren. Where else could this legendary man be? Of course he has to be in the McLaren. Hopefully the commentator's curse won't affect him today. Hooter Magic in the Mercedes. Hopefully he's most likely looking for a championship, the driver's title this year. Rudy in the Williams. Wogboy, the defending champion. The man with all the stats, the Lewis Hamilton of the Green League. And I kid you not, these are his stats from last year. Wogboy, 10 victories, 17 podiums. 17. With a points average per race, per finish of 36.2. And the percentage chance of him winning a race is an unbelievable 86.2. That is stupidly high. He is undoubtedly the Lewis Hamilton of the Green Championship. Corrupted, now Hooter Magic's teammate. Should be a very strong combination between these two. They're very good, quick, consistent drivers. Alcatraz in the Renault. Schmidt in the Williams. Breno in the Ferrari. Alex, hello Alex. He's in the Toro Rosso. The very lazy tail in the Renault. Smokegrass in the Racing Point. Former still teammates between himself and Wild Boy. They were a very strong combination last year. I'm sure they will be this year. So, with the clock counting down, we should be getting pretty close to the start of qualifying. Ten of you, holy moly. For the season premiere, 10 people. Must be nothing on tonight for that many people to be here. But no, the drivers are starting to ready up now. Unfortunately, I think I'm the only one in the commentary box tonight, but that's okay. I'll try and make it as entertaining for you as possible. So, just to clear up a few things, you might have heard the points average being a bit high. Well, that's because of how the point system works here in DRS. We make sure that every single driver that finishes a race will score points. So the winner of the race will score 42 points, second place will score 35, and third place will score 30. Then it goes 26, 23, 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everyone can score points. Everyone. Trying to make sure that even if you're having a bad day out on the circuit, you should still try and finish the race and try and score some points. And of course, one point for fastest lap, of course. As we now move on to Q1, the first ever Q1 of Season 2 of DRS. Oh, been a long, long time. It feels like ages. Q1 here at Azerbaijan. Quite a unique circuit, a total length of 6 kilometers with 20 turns total. Some of the key corners we have to look out for here today. Definitely turn 1 and turn 3. That's where most of the overtaking is going to take place. Maybe turn 16, which is the right angle corner coming onto the third sector, potentially. Potentially, not very likely. And of course, another hot spot that we have to look out for today is of course the castle section here at Baku, turns 8, 9, 10 and 11. Incredibly narrow and incredibly easy to break your front wing. It's a very high top speed circuit, which is quite unorthodox for a street circuit to have such high speed. The third sector, in fact, the stretch from turn 16 all the way up to the start-finish line, has a length of 2.2 kilometers. That is twice as long as Shanghai's back straight. That's how long the third sector is. It is stupid. But it's not just the big numbers around here, there are small ones. Going back to the castle section, of course it's the point where the circuit is at its narrowest. But I never realized how narrow. It turns out, when going through the castle section, it is only 7.6 meters wide, or 3.3 Formula 1 cars wide. That's it. So if you got 3 F1 cars lined up perfectly next to each other, it would fit from one side of the track to the other, minus 30 centimeters. No, sorry, 60 centimeters. Like, that is stupidly narrow. And of course, being a street circuit, it is incredibly easy to break a front wing. The walls are always right next to you, except for here at turn 16. Very, very easy to break a front wing. Also very easy to break a front tyre. It's easy in some sections to get warnings and penalties. And another thing that we have to do on this circuit is absolutely butcher the pit lane. You don't follow the lines, you go in as fast as possible. as we go on, we're going to pick on Aussie Rizzy Rick for a hot lap around Baku into turn 2. Small locking up of the rears. Using the DRS into turn 3. Use the braking boards on the right hand side. 100 meter mark. Second gear. Nice and gentle. I imagine second gear again. Another 90-degree corner. Now onto turn 5 and turn 6. Nice and smooth there from Rizzy Rick. Now into turn 7, you want to take as much of the inside as you possibly can. Just like that. Now into the castle section. Turn 8, 9, 10 and 11. Now into turn 12. We do have yellow flags in sector 1. I don't think that'll be much of a worry. Now into turn 13 and 14. Easy flats. Oh, very much on the inside there. Rizzy Rick for turn 15. Jumps over the curb. Into turn 16. Really try and use the exit. Does. Turn 17. And the flats of 18 and 19. Probably where most of the drivers will break their front wing is around turn 19. Very easy to do it there. Because if you get the line even slightly wrong, you're either going to hit the inside wall or the outside wall. So, Rizzy Rick sets the first respective lap time of 1 minute 40.569. At the moment it's looking like clear weather. There doesn't appear to be any clouds there. As semi-pro, look at that, a 1 minute 39.8. Very good lap time from him. Safety car goes quicker than Rizzy Rick as well. A 1 minute 40.292. Smokegrass, the first runner on the medium tyre. 1 minute 42.171. And Schmidt at 1 minute 49, he must have made a mistake. Breno goes faster, so 1 minute 39.7. A very good lap from him. Oh my goodness me! That's a broken front wing for sure. Crashing into the castle section. I did say that turn 19 is probably where a lot of the drivers will break their front wing. Well, if anything, it's a tie between it and the castle section. If you lose your rhythm through there, you can very much say goodbye to your front wing. Let's have a ride on board with our defending champion. Absolutely dominated as Hutamaker goes fastest. What can One Boy do? He goes fastest at 1 minute 38.5. A tenth quicker than Hutamagic. A very, very good time from both drivers. We'll go and have a look back at Very Lazy Tail. He's coming on to the pit straight. What can he do? Must have made a mistake somewhere, it seems. Oh, the start-finish line is a lot closer than I thought. Never mind, a 1 minute 39.6. It just appeared as if he made a mistake somewhere looking at his time, but yeah, the finish line comes up a lot quicker. Oh my goodness me. Rudy into the wall at turn 1. Doesn't appear to be any damage though. So with only 15 drivers on the grid, no one will get eliminated from Q1. So everyone can get through. So more or less this is a practice session for all the drivers. Just get the feel of the track, get the feel of the car. Just understand what it's doing and be ready for Q2. Look at those lap times. So yeah, don't follow the lines on pit entry. You want to absolutely butcher it. You want to stay as close as the walls as you possibly can on almost every part of the circuit, it's the very thing that makes this track so demanding. Rudy coming through sector 3 into the flat out turns of turn 18 and turn 19. Rudy do? And a set of softs. Everyone is on softs except for Schmidt and Smokegrass. But they don't need to set another lap time. They're already through. Rudy jumps up to P6 at 1 minute 39.785. Very close between these guys at the moment. You got Wogboy at 38.5. Got Hooter Magic at 38.6. They're only separated by a tenth of a second. Hooter Magic's teammate Corrupted. He's currently P3 at 1 minute 39.2. Lazy Tail 4/10 back in P4 at 1 minute 39.6. Oh my goodness me, who was that into the wall? I think it's Alex. Into the wall at turn 2, must have had a lockup or something. Purposely damaging his front wing, so Codemaster's mechanics will actually repair it. But yes, look how close it is. I got Semi-Pro at 39.8, Rudy at 39.7, Breno at 39.7, and Lazy Tail at 39.6. Oh, Honest Crook has joined, fantastic. So he'll be starting from 16th on the grid. So he'll have a bit of work to do to score some solid points here today. There are a few drivers on an outlet. Corrupted's coming round to finish his second flying lap. Just curiously, where is his teammate? He's coming into the pits. Both of them are. But yes, you don't want to take it that cautiously. You want to absolutely fly through them in the race. So it's, ooh, bit of traffic. It appears that Rizzy Rick is on a flying lap. Through turn 6, Papa G locks up. Papa G gets out of the way, very kind of him. Into turn 7. Oh, I think he just grazed the wall there. It doesn't appear to be any damage through the castle section. Now coming around the old city of Baku, the old city centre. Bit of a lock up there into turn 15. Don't think it's compromised his time too much. He's up by a tenth of a second. So he's looking okay, Rizzy Rick. Try and get himself out of the 10. Just to try and recognise how much pace he actually has compared to the front runners. Opens DRS. Crosses the line at 334 kilometers an hour and loses time in the third sector and doesn't improve. Papa G is yet to set a lap time. He's currently 14th overall, locking up into turn 2. I'd imagine he's been working hard, trying to race these cars without assist. Oh! No damage? You've got to be joking. How did he get away with that? With absolutely no damage? Needs a bit of luck on his side. All I can say is that Papa G, you're doing way better than me. Schmidt, he's coming around to set a more respectable flying lap on a set of soft compound tyres coming into turn 2. Very nice from him. Seems to have someone in front. It appears to be one of the McLarens. I think it's Dermy. Into turn 4? Yeah, turn 4. Dermy pulls alongside, let him through. Very nice. Oh, Dermy into the wall. At turn 6, but appears to be no damage. Again, What on earth? So whereabouts is Schmidt? So Papa G has set a lap time of 1 minute 42.6, currently 1.4 seconds slower than Alcatraz in P12. Schmidt is absolutely flying, coming towards the end of Sector 2, jumps over the curve. Coming to the beginning of Sector 3, and he's 7 seconds up, massive improvement. Now we're coming through the completely flat out third sector. We appear to have the yellow flag. It must have been the driver letting someone else through. And he'll come up to the line at 42 kilometers per hour. A 1 minute 39.7 and puts him P5 currently. But again, the times don't... Oh, that's a McLaren spinning round. Who is that? Dermy into the wall at turn 1. He shouldn't get too worried. It's just a practice session in Q1 with only 15 drivers. Can't get eliminated. So, we do have Smokegrass. He appears to be on an outlap. He's in hot lap mode, coming down the second DRS straight into turn 3. Nice and gentle. Third gear, trying to minimise the wheel spin. Second gear through here. Very nice from him. Sector 1, he's 2/10 down on his time though. But it looks like a very smooth run from Smokegrass. Coming through the castle section now. Oh my goodness me. I was not watching. I was too busy reading the comments section. I got distracted. Deary me. He appears to have gone straight... Hang on. I've got the stream right here. I can look back at it. He is stupid. That's what Charles Leclerc would say, because that's exactly what he did. Drove into the tyre barrier at turn 8. He'd be telling himself, I am stupid, I am very stupid. So we've got 2 minutes left in the session. Everyone has set a respectable lap time. And it's very close, I have to say. Even though it's only 15 drivers, it's very, very close. I mean, you got from P8 all the way up to P3. They're all in the 39s. P9, P10, 11, 12, and 13. They're all in the 40s. Very, very close at the moment. Good to see. And we've got these two at the front, Hooter Magic and Wild Boy. I'm sure Pure Gold, and maybe even Salted, who drove last year, unfortunately couldn't be with us today. Hopefully we'll see him in future races, giving these two guys a run for their money. Very high quality drivers, those two. Finished 2nd and 3rd in that championship, if I'm not mistaken. Hope we see them. We've got a few more drivers on an outlap. I don't know why you're doing it, fellas. I mean, it's all just for practice now. Yeah, poor Salty. He should be in one of the Williams seats, but we got two very high quality drivers filling in his place, so I'm sure he won't be too bothered. Oh, so this will probably knock the end. And we've even got Wild Boy coming out. Jesus Christ. There's no point, fellas. There's absolutely no point. Just wasting a set. Unless, of course, he's just trying to rubber it in. Get a bit of wear into them. ready for Q2 or Q1, even, Q3 even. And with Rudy, he's on a flying lap, and safety car is on a flying lap. Oh, Rudy, very, very loose. Loses an end plate in the process. Rizzy Rex retired from the session. He's had enough of Q1. P12, he won't be happy with that. But I'm sure he's got a lot more pace up his sleeve. Ready for Q2. So here comes Rudy. Oh, never mind. So he was just rubbering in his tyres. How many other cars would be doing the same thing? Who's next? Is it Wogboy? Yes, it is. Then safety car. Okay, so Wogboy's just rubbering in his tyre. Safety car on the other end, he's on the flying lap, so Wogboy better get out of the way. Or he's going to give him a sneaky toe while he's at it. Oh, and that puts him P4. Those sneaky mother. But it doesn't matter, it's just Q1. It's not important yet. So, Wogboy, fastest in the session, only by a tenth of a second to Poots Magic. Corrupted is in P3, who's Magic's teammate, 7 tenths behind Wogboy. Safety car in P4, the cheeky bugger, getting a cheeky slipstream from Wogboy. I'm sure that it was all set up. Very lazy tail P5, Schmidt P6, Breno P7, Rudy P8, Breno Semi-Pro P9, and Smoke Grouse rounds off the top 10. And I can only do the 10 because the session is over, for goodness sake. So now we come to the important part of qualifying Q2. So whatever, any driver that finishes in the top 10 obviously will start on the tyres they set their fastest time on. In positions 11 through 15, they don't go through that process. I'm sure you already know that. But who's going to be knocked out? That's the question. Alex is a bit of a given. No offense, Alex. Papa G, yeah, probably, unfortunately. But from then on, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. Breno. I'm not sure. It's going to be very close, I think. It's going to be very, very close. As we now start Q2, the 15 minutes of Q2. As safety car has already binned it on the out lap. Oh man, he's going to blame me for that. Dermy now comes out for his out lap. We've got a few drivers. Who's the first in line? It's not Rizzy Rick. Yeah, about to say, that's sector 1. Someone's in front of him. Smokegrass is going through there. Renault, Papa G, Alex. Okay, so it's Smokegrass. He's the first car out. The racing point car. But yes, to find out who's going to get eliminated from this. Particularly P11, 12 and 13, it's going to be very close, I think. It's going to be a lot closer than you might think. Do have a yellow flag in sector 2. Oh, hello. Oh, well, there we go, that's one of them out of the Papa G, disqualified from the session, driving the wrong way. Can't drive backwards, mate, you have to use reverse gear. Oh, that's such a disappointment. He'll probably join the people watching the stream. Very easy to do in this game. You just can't drive backwards. can't drive in the wrong direction. You have to shove it in reverse. But it's not a very natural thing to do because you never ever use reverse. Ever. So you don't instinctively think that. You put it into first gear and you try and flick spin it around. And on a circuit like this where it's so narrow, very easy, as Papa G demonstrated, even without traction control, it's very easy when you're flick spinning it to put it into the wall. Oh, smoke grass, a very unorthodox line coming through turn 12. He's got a compromised line through the castle section, which ruined his run into turn 12 and potentially ruined the run. Oh, hello. It's just a car pulling it off to the side. Yes, and ruined his run through the old city section at, during sector 2. A smoke grass, he's going to get a cheeky toe from his teammate. Hopefully Smokegrass can return the favour. No, Log Boy pits, there you go. Smokegrass fastest currently, 1 minute 39.6. I believe that's about a second slower than what Log Boy was able to do in that session. So it's a very competitive time. Remember, there were about 6 drivers in the 1 minute 39s. As Semi-Pro almost loses it at turn 1, sets a 1 minute 40.2, thinks he's 6 tenths slower than Smokegrass. As Rizirek, 1 minute 39.4. Way more competitive lap time from Rizirek. But still quite a way off the top 2. But definitely in the top fight for 3rd place. All of those drivers in the 39s. As Alex sets a 1 minute 42.0. Alcatraz backs off his flying lap. So we'll go with Rudy as he puts it into the wall. And no end plate damage. You have got to be kidding me. How is that not broken? Oh, Jesus, Codemasters. You are so weird when it comes to this sort of stuff. I mean, you can full on put the car into a wall and get no damage, but you can roll up to someone in front of you. You're both travelling relatively at the same speed and you can clip their rear wheel. And boom, there goes your entire end plate. Oh. As Alcatraz comes into the pits. Nice and slow. Trying not to get a warning. So safety car, he's now on a flying lap. So is Breno. We'll go with Breno. Ferrari driver. Moving from Haas, I believe, to the Ferrari outfit. Replacing Pure Gold, who was moved to McLaren. So McLaren have got safety car and Pure Gold. Dermy just stepping in for Pure Gold today. Very kind of him. Great guy overall. Likes crashing into me though. Yeah, who knows? Renault coming into sector 3. Bit sideways there. He's on the medium tyre. Oh, hang on. No, I need to know what tyre they have fitted. A lot of guys are opting for the medium tyre. A lot of guys are opting for the medium tyre. To come across the line. Oh, I wouldn't go that way. I'll just keep going straight ahead. A 1 minute 40.4. It's a pretty solid lap time. What's the time delta for a soft tyre? It's about a second. Second and a bit, maybe. So on a softer tyre, he's definitely up there. So Breno has got pace. Who else is on a flyer? Ooh, Rod Boy. This will be good to watch. Defending champion. Absolutely dominated last year. We'll be setting out to do the exact same this year. Through the very slow castle section. Going around the old city now. Two left-handers completely flat out. And abuse all of the curb at turn 15. Turn 16 don't really want to touch the inside curb, but you want to abuse the exit. Turn 17 flat, turn 18 and 19 are completely flat. Unless you've got wing damage, then turn 19 is not flat. Through turn 20. Now onto the very long run. To the start-finish line. And what's he got? That is a ripping lap time of 1 minute 39.4 on a medium tyre. Seems like Rudy didn't do that. Oh, he's coming out on a set of mediums, right. That's what he's got currently fitted. Yeah. So he did it on a set of softs. He's just coming out on the medium tyre now. What a lap time. On a set of mediums. Oh. Wog Boy getting the orders from Jeff to just flex. Flex now. Flex now. That's all he's doing. What a show off. Who's magic? Now, is that... Seems to have made a mistake somewhere on the circuit. I was on a set of mediums. He'll be coming into the pit lane. So, with 5 minutes to go, we'll turn our attention to the bottom 5. PUBG, as you saw, already disqualified, so he will not be setting a lap time, and he'll be starting from P15 alongside his teammate, Honest Crook, who joined the session right at the beginning. Alcatraz is yet to set a lap time, same with Schmidt and Dermy. I believe they're waiting right till the end of the session, set a lap, keep their medium tyres as fresh as possible for the race, and pray that their lap time is good enough to get themselves into the 10. That's very lazy towel. Alcatraz's teammate. I have a good feeling about these two this year. Very lazy towel and Alcatraz. They're very good drivers, very consistent drivers. Unfortunately for Lazy Tail, he is absolutely riddled with bad luck. Hopefully we won't see too much of that this season. You can see him set out to have a very competitive season for the Renault outfit as Alcatraz comes across the line. He only goes up one place, a 1 minute 40 point. Oh, he's not happy with that. He's not happy. Oh, I shouldn't be laughing at that. He's probably pissed off about something. Oh, hello. So he's going to have to go out and do another lap, because I don't think he'll reach optimum speed. I tell you what, he's out of fuel. He's out of fuel. That's full throttle. He's out of fuel. Oh, it's going to be touch and go. So, very lazy tail. We have to keep an eye on him. Breno is on an out lap. Schmidt's on a flying lap. Was on a flying lap. Alex was on a flying lap. Dermy yet to set a lap time. What can Dermy do? He had one victory last year. Only 5 drivers got a victory in season 1. Dermy was one of them, and what can he do? A 1 minute 40.4 puts him 12. He has enough time for one more lap. He has enough time. But it seems Schmidt very, very slow. I'll have a look at Alex. What can he do in the Toro Rosso? Can he pass with throttle? So he's gonna wait and run the clock down as far as he can. And he's gonna throw absolutely everything at it. He's gonna throw the kitchen sink at Baku City Circuit. Damn it, he's backing off. So he won't be setting another lap. Schmidt might be. We'll also have to keep an eye on Breno, because he's on the bubble as well. So that's a bubble of 1 minute 40.4. Safety car's there as well. He's only 100 quicker than Breno. He's on an out lap. Breno's coming around to complete his flying lap. And he's up by 1.1 seconds. I believe his first lap was set on mediums. It was. So this will give us a representative time to compare between the mediums and the softs. So on the mediums, a 1 minute 40.4. How much quicker? 1.1 seconds. So it is about a second. Breno's goes faster, so 1 minute 39.2. So safety car now on the bubble. Schmidt has retired from the session. So literally the only person, I think, that can bump out safety car is Alex. I don't think he will either. Oh, he's got front wing damage. I just noticed he was on 0. So he'll be starting from P14. So there we go. That is the completion of Q2. Got a couple of more guys on their out on some flying laps. Semi-pro looking to improve his lap time. Through turn 19, absolutely flat. Turn 20. Watch the speedo climb. 340 kilometers an hour. Crosses the line and remains. I'm sorry, it goes up to P7. A 1 minute 39.889. So I think that's everyone. Oh, Breno just retired the bloody car, will you? So that is Q2 all completed. As soon as Breno bloody retires the damn car. Do you mind, mate? Do you mind just retiring, please? Pretty please? Oh, wasn't a bad session. Yeah, we saw that, Alcatraz. We saw everything, though. You full-on sent it into that wall. Oh, now we have to wait for goodness sake, Breno, just retire the car, mate. Now we have to wait until Ferrari put the damn car back into the garage, for goodness sake. Yeah, I think you and that wall have now got an extra special relationship, Alcatraz. And the outside wall on the pit straight. Jesus Christ. So, top 3 for Q2. Breno fastest, only just to Rudy, less than a tenth of a second, and Wogboy on a set of mediums. That's a stupid lap time. Oh god. So, Wogboy, Hootermagic, Very Lazy Tail, and Safety Car, they are all going to be starting on the medium compound tyre. Everyone else will be starting on the... Everyone else in the top 10, rather, will be starting on the softs. Alcatraz, Dermy, Schmidt, Alex, and Papa G, after getting disqualified, sorry, controller died. Round up positions 11 through 15, and we'll start on whatever tyre they choose. As we now go on to Q3, this is where drivers put it all on the line. This is definitely the time where the fastest laps are going to be set. And who do I think is going to get pole position? Does that question really need to be asked? It's pretty obvious at the moment. Defending champion, strutting his stuff, flexing. But let's not discount Hootermagic. Like, let's not forget about Hootermagic. He was very close in Q1, so the potential is there. I'm hoping it's going to be close. I really am. So Semi-Pro, he's the first driver out in Q3. First driver on an out lap in Q3. All draw. Pretty much everyone coming out. Oh, only these 5, really. I thought there might have been a couple of more. There is a car in the background. I think it's... Who is that? Oh, it's the Mercedes cars. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right, because Mercedes are at the front, Williams are at... Yeah. Sorry, yeah, I've never, ever have driven a Mercedes in a Grand Prix race. Oh no, I'm lying, I have driven it once. In a league race, but that's it. So... I've got no idea where the Mercedes pit stalls are. I thought they were right at the front, but no, they're right up there. I thought they were right at pit exit. They aren't, they're right at pit entry. So, yeah, everyone on an outlap. Everyone. Except Breno. But Semi-Pro was the first driver out, so we're right on board with him. Everyone's going to be on the soft tyre, yeah. Everyone on the soft. Throwing it into turn 2. Gentle on the throttle. DRS open. 7. 8th gear. 227 kilometers an hour. Oh, and bumps the inside wall! So that's Semi-Pro's first flying lap done. He's damaged the car in the process. Both end plates destroyed from that. Seems that Smoke Grass has the driver in front of him. It's Aussie Rizzy Rick. He's in clean air. Wog boy. So he's going to be the first driver on the road, I'd imagine. Oh, I think he may have gotten a warning for corner cutting. I think he has on 0. So he's going to have to do another lap. Aussie Rizzy Rick. He told me earlier today he has been practicing here. Definitely appears that way. He's been looking strong. Going through the fast S of 18 and 19. Right up to the wall. onto the pit straight. What will he set? A 1 minute 39.2. Smoke grass. A 1 minute 40 flat. Who's the next car in line, I wonder? It's not safety car, it must be crafted then. No, sorry, Hooter Magic. Oh! Has he got damage from that? He made contact with the outside wall at 15. It is easy to do that there. The curbs unsettle the car a lot when you jump over them. If the car doesn't quite settle down right away when you land, you can jump over a little bit towards the wall and into the wall at turn 15. We can imagine we cross the line, a 1 minute 38.6. Corrupted in reply, a 1 minute 39 flat. It is at the moment a Mercedes 1-2. I don't think it will stay like that for long though, because the man in the pink car is going to go out and set one hell of a flying lap. We'll have a look at the other drivers. Very lazy tail. Coming onto the pit straight. Almost out of DRS. Goes fifth fastest, a 1 minute 39.2. Look from second to fifth. It is 4/10 of a second, less than 4/10 of a second. No, scratch that. Less than 3/10 of a second between these four. Unbelievable. Over a circuit that's 6 kilometers long. 20 different turns. And they are that close in cars that have no assist. I think this is going to be a very good season. Season 2. Renault sets the lap time. He must have made a mistake of 1 minute 46.365. Alright, Mr. Defending Champion. Show us how it's done. Let's go on board. One epic flying lap from Warboy in the racing point into turn 1, third gear. Into second, short shifts to third, gets the power down. Now into turn 3. 100-meter board, second gear up to third, trying to minimize the wheel spin, second gear up to third. Very nice from him. Now coming into this tricky S section, turn 5 and turn 6. Now into turn 7, you really want to abuse the inside, just like that. Now through the castle section, 8, 9, 10 and 11. Now into turn 12. We'll chuck the ERS back up. There it goes. Turn 13 completely flat. Turn 14 flat. Turn 15 about 75 meters. Yep. Second gear over the curves. Now into turn 16. Don't really want to touch the inside curves. We'll abuse the outside ones. He hasn't quite. He's got a nice straight exit out of the corner. And through turn 20. Absolutely flat. Opens DRS. And he comes across the line. A 1 minute 38.1! Holy moly! 4.5 tenths of a second quicker than Hooter Magic. Oh, what a lap! Absolutely fantastic. Oh. That racing point, holy moly. These drivers have got a mountain to climb to try and take the driver's title. Wow. That was a lap. I'm sure it can be better done, I'm sure of that, but in the context of what's happening here at the moment, that is a mega lap, and it's a statement to his rivals that this, if you want to take the championship from me, it's going to be a very long season, a very long one. I mean, how demoralizing would Huta Magic be seeing that? He has to find 4/10 in one lap. 4/10. Wow. Wog Boy overpowered as fuck. Oh. But the session is not over. So Rudy's backing off. Smokegrass, he's on a fly. Oh, look at all the traffic. Smokegrass would be absolutely hating this. He now has to overtake very Lazy Tail. He isn't on a flying lap, he's on an outback. And Lazy Tail very wisely gets out of the lane. Very. Oh my word! Just stayed on the throttle for way too long. Car just understeering into the wall. Now got 42 seconds left in the session. I think that leaves Smokegrass with one extra lap he can do if he so chooses. We'll come across the line. What will it be? Can he beat his time? Yes, he can by half a second. Still only P8. That's how close it is at the moment. So, the guy we really have to look out for is Huta Magic. What can he do? What can he do? Smokegrass retiring from the session of P8. Very good point scoring position. But he's stuck in the mid-pack, which is somewhere you don't want to be. Oh my goodness! Very Lazy Tail. Oh! I didn't get to see the Sector 1 split, so I don't know if he gained or if he lost time. I'm assuming he gained. You always gain time towards the end of the session. The track is more rubbered in. The track temperature typically is more in your favour. It goes very wide through turn 12. Let's have a look at the second sector split time. Right on the entry to turn 16. How much has he gained? 0.3 of a second. He is in this. He is in this. He needs to find another 10th. Another 10th. Can he find it? He needs to use everything that he has. He'll open DRS. 35, 36, 37, 38, 2! Oh my goodness me! What an end to a qualifying session! Oh! Wog Boy sent out the statement, come on and try and catch me. And Huta Magic almost did. He's slower only just by 0.09 of a second. Corrupted in P3, a very solid result for Mercedes in qualifying, P2 and P3 respectively. Safety car, I've completely ignored him. He's P4. McLaren is P4. Rizzy Rick, P5, P6, Rudy, P7, Lazy Tail, P8, Breno, P9, Smoker Ass, and P10, Semi-Pro. And look at the drivers in the 39s. Wow. Very close. Oh. Hooter Magic. Almost. Almost. 1/10 of a second. That is literally one mistake. That's all it had to take. Was one mistake. That was close. What a response from the Mercedes driver. Drivers making some final small adjustments to their setups, changing fuel loads, changing tyres, changing front wing and brake bias in preparation for the first round, the first race of 2020 in the Dynamic Racing Series. Here we go. Drivers will go out on their formation lap. Unfortunately, I don't have Martin Brundle to do the grid walk, so I'm going to have to do it for him. Wogboy starts on pole position. Hooter Magic in P2. Corrupted in P3. Safety car P4. I should also... I don't know that. Tyre. So, P1 and P2, they're on the mediums. Corrupted is the first driver on the softs. Safety car is on the mediums. Rizzy Rick in P5, he's on the softs. Rudy, P6. Did I say? Rizzy Rick P5 on the softs. Rudy P6, also on the softs. Very Lazy Tail P7, he's on the medium compound tyre. Breno P8 on the soft. Smoke Ross P9 on the soft. Semi-Pro P10 on the soft. And from P11 down, medium, 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 and medium. And those places are Alcatraz, Dermy, Schmidt, Alex, Papa G, and Honest Crook. He joined late in the session. And he's in the Red Bull. I don't think he should be. That's alright. Oh. What is Baku going to give us? Now we really have to watch out what happens turn 1. It's going to be absolute chaos. There's two places where you want to be here at Baku. You either want to be right at the front or right at the back, because anywhere in between, shit's going to go down. And it's going to go down big time. Drivers now coming around Sector 3. And another hot spot we have to look out for lap 1 is of course the castle section. Any side-by-side action, oh, it's going to be absolute chaos. And now the drivers are coming up to their grid slots. AI is taking control. 16 drivers, a solid start to the season. Breno, oh no! Breno, no! We've lost a driver. We've now got a bot in charge of the Ferrari. Hopefully we can get a nice shot of the lights of the starting grid. I'll just get a sneaky on board just so then I know when the lights are actually going to come up. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. For the first time in 2020, it's 5 red lights. And we are underway here in Azerbaijan. It seems that Wogboy has gotten a good start. The AI of Breno has also gotten a good start. Oh, it's also... Everyone's gone through very, very well. I'm impressed. I am very impressed how well managed that was from all of the drivers. Very well done. Wogboy, sorry. Already a 1 second margin to Hooter Magic, and Corrupted on the softer tyre has got a far superior start down the inside into turn 3. Oh, that's very close between those two. Rizzy Rick comes up into P3, overtaking Hooter Magic. Safety car P5, Rudy P6. What's happening further back? Very lazy tail smoke wrap. Oh, who is that? That's Alcatraz. Almost spinning into the wall coming out of turn 4. What a start. Breno losing a bunch of places as you'd expect. The AI are atrocious. Schmidt needs to try and not worry about the ghosting Ferrari. It is a bit annoying when you got something literally going through you and being an absolute nuisance. We'll just have a quick look at the positions change. We'll go back up to the top of the field. So Corrupted and Rizzy Rick up positions. Semi-Pro up 3. Dermy Schmidt and Papa G up 2 respectively. The biggest loss is Breno, as you'd expect. But Alcatraz, he's lost 3 positions on that first lap. I'm very much impressed from these guys. Okay, let's go. And we've got a battle here. The Mercedes down the inside. Obviously with a lower drag setup, lower aero, able to make the pass on Aussie Rizzy Rick. Oh, there may have been contact between those two. Hooter Magic very slow off the corner. As you'd expect, Rizzy Rick on the softer compound for a few laps. He will have far superior grip. Oh, excuse me. Look at this. Everyone line astern at the moment. Dermy making up a place, overtaking Schmidt. Look at this, they're all in their sort of little trains at the moment. Let's have a look at the packs. So, Corrupted has pulled away from Hooter Magic, but Hooter Magic has got Rizzy Rick right on his tail, and safety car not too far behind. Rudy is right up the gearbox. Oh! And that's the... Oh my goodness me! Semi-Pro into the wall. He literally did a Charles Leclerc. And in all... out of all the cars to do it in, he did it in a Ferrari. Who was the car that went up the back of him? It was safety car Rudy, then Semi-Pro. It must have been the very lazy tail as Alex and Semi-Pro get into each other. Semi-Pro has been turned round and turned back. And turned back facing the right way by the same driver. Smokegrass has lost positions. He's spun out. Oh, and there's contact. There was contact. I saw that right in the background between 2 cars. Oh my goodness me. Now it's starting to take off. A safety car and Rizzy Rick battling for P4. Rizzy Rick on the softer tyre may have started to wear out already. He has lost a lot of time to Hooter Magic, but that might be because he's battling so hard with safety car down the inside, and he has not lost a front wing. Are you kidding me, Codemasters? That is definitely a broken front wing. Oh my goodness me. Codemasters being very kind to us for this first race. Oh, Jesus Christ. Seem to have a few battles behind as well. Breno, hello again. Oh my goodness me. Alex and Alcatraz having a little get together. Oh, right. Oh, never mind. I was going to say, oh, everything is settled down now. No, it has not. Dermy has spun around during the castle section. He's lost an end plate, so he'll have to come into the pits to replace that. You lose so much time at this circuit with a broken front wing. He's going to have to come in and pit, probably go onto the high compound tyres. Oh, look at him locking up. That's very unfortunate for him. Just getting too early on the throttle in the castle section round. We've also got a battle for P6. Rudy versus very Lazy Tail. Lazy Tail is within DRS. He's in overtake mode. He's going to be a very easy pass down the inside. Easy as you like. Rudy not fighting too hard, as you'd imagine. It was just the start of this race. It's 4 laps in. Chaos already. Oof. I'm thinking what Rudy is probably going to try and do is stick within the DRS of very lazy tail. Maybe save a bit of fuel, save a bit of ERS, save a bit of tyre. Just to put it into his back pocket for the latter end of the race. Seems that everyone's fairly well spread out. As safety car, he's lost a bunch of time to Rizzy Rick. He was right up Rizzy Rick's gearbox. He's now 2 seconds behind and very much under threat from the very lazy tail. I don't think he's going to get him here, but we might have a look further ahead as the teammates are starting to come together. Corrupted and Hooter Magic. Corrupted, the soft tyre starting to wear off and the medium tyre starting to switch on. You can tell just by looking at the leaders, it's a 3.3 second margin back to Corrupted from Wogboy, our current leader. We might see an exchange of position on this DRS straight, completing lap 4. Oof. Oh, it's all happening. We got sector 2 yellows. What on earth? Nothing? Okay then, nothing. No, there is something. What is it? It's Alcatraz. Front wing damage. He'll be coming in. He's on the soft tyre, so he'll be coming in onto the hard compound. Finish the race in those. Wogboy, clean, clinical at the moment. 3.3 second margin back to Corrupted. Hooter Magic hasn't made a move yet. I'm sure he will now. DRS is in high mode. Corrupted won't fight this, I don't think. And he has a very good driving from those two. Very well organised. The battle for 5th place still rages on. Safety car and very lazy tail. Rudy is hanging in there. Has we got an incident? I think it's Papa G. It is. Currently P12. Oh! With the hot tyres, yeah, that's very easy to do. Completely broken front wing, I'd imagine. Battles. Oh! Oh! No damage. Maybe a lime green. No damage, it appears to be. Sector 2 yellows again. And it's Dermy again! At the castle section. He's completely lost his front wing. The McLaren curse has moved from safety car to Dermy. Into the wall. Oh, he's completely binned it. Oh well. Very unfortunate for him. I'm sure he enjoyed the small race that he's had though. As everyone else has now seemed to be, as Papa G now retires from the session as well. As Rudy comes, very well done from Rudy. Managing the pit speed well. And into the pits, what tyre will he be going on? He's going on to the hard. Medium? No, hard. And replacing a front wing. I did not see that. I was going to say it was quite early for Rudy to come into the pits. There you go, that's the reason why he damaged his front wing somewhere. Oh, I can't believe this. Alex is now into P8. What on earth is happening? Let's look. Oh! As I say that, I was going to compliment him on how well he's done so far. Up 6 places. Then he went ahead and did that. Oh no. Oh, the commentator's curse strikes again. But this time it's not a McLaren. This time it was a lonely Toro Rosso driven by Alex. So the battle for P3 is now starting to liven up a bit. Rizzy Rick is now trailing Corrupted by 6.5 tenths, now 7. It's very clear that Rizzy Rick has gone with a higher downforce setup. You can see how much time he's losing on the straight. As Corrupted comes in, manages it well. He's coming onto the hards as well. Quick stop. No front wing change. So, Rizzy Rick might be dreading that a little bit, as we have a position change, as you'd expect. Alex has got a completely destroyed front wing. But yes, Rizzy Rick might be dreading that because of his higher downforce setup. Leaves him very, very vulnerable on the straights and losing precious tenths of a second. With the DRS, it sort of, at the very best, nullifies it. Not so much completely counters it, but nullifies it. So he's going to be losing a bunch of time to safety car. Not just because of the more worn tyre that Rizzy Rick currently has, but also because of his lack of straight line speed. So I'd imagine that Rizzy Rick is coming into the pits very, very soon. We'll have a look a bit further back. There's a battle for P9 between Honest Crook and Breno. Breno returning to the session. Be absolutely kicking himself after his... I'm not sure what happened. Maybe his internet dropped out. But yes, he left the session and the AI took control. Oh, and that's Honest Crook into the wall at turn 7. Just outbraked himself. Only by a little bit, but it was enough. And front wing damage, missing end plate on the left-hand side. Very unfortunate for Honest Crook as Rizzy Rick comes into the pit lane. No front wing damage onto the hard tyre. Away he goes. So everyone has pitted, except for the top five drivers: Schmidt, Lazy Tail, Safety Car, Hooter Magic, and our leader Wogboy. He hasn't quite pulled away as much as he did at the beginning of the race. The gap between him and Hooter Magic has sort of settled to about 4 to about 4.3 seconds. Very close between these two. Alex has retired from the session. What on earth? Unfortunately, we didn't get to see that. Might be able to see it with Wogboy. He's entering Sector 3 now. Hopefully he's not in the middle of the racetrack, although I'm sure that the tyre car's ghost, I think. Ooh. I think Wogboy might have had a little bit of poo come out there. Ooh, that was very close to going into the wall. In fact, he's coming into the pit lane now. Nice and easy into the pit lane, not risking it at all. You could see that. Has Wogboy got any wing damage? He doesn't. Okay. So it was just a lack of grip that did that. As very Lazy Tail slides his way into turn 1. And he caught the back end of that, but... you could tell. So now Hooter Magic takes the lead. He'll be absolutely pushing on this lap. Try and minimise the undercut that Wogboy has now taken, but there is a bit of a problem, and it's the form of the Williams in front. Schmidt. He has to get past Schmidt. Otherwise the undercut is just not going to work, as Rudy retires in the pit lane, I believe. I think he has. I'm not quite sure where he is. So we'll go back up to Wogboy. He's still behind Schmidt. He's losing a lot of time to Hooter Magic. Really leaving the session. So only 12 cars left. Jesus Christ. I said it at the beginning of the stream. Every driver who finishes scores points. We made sure of that. Oh well. But I'm imagining that Schmidt's coming in this lap. So Wogboy will get a cheeky DRS. And Hooter Magic is not in. And safety car gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, everything was going so well for him. Please don't let it be his downfall. What? Oh, what? He served the 5 seconds there? That's not how it works. Suppose we'll have to wait and see. He has 5 seconds over his head at the end of the race. To think we're only 10 laps into this damn thing. We've still got 16 laps to go. We've already got 4 retirements. And we're not even halfway through. Jesus. And now Rizzy Rick is putting Crofted under a lot of pressure. Aussie Rizzy Rick, he'll be a lot quicker in Sector 2 with that higher amount of aero, particularly through here. Just able to carry that little bit more speed. Crofted getting a very good exit out of turn 12. A few of you in the comment section. I'll have a quick look. Check the race director. Oh well. Just so long as nothing happens. There doesn't appear to be any battling. So let's have a look. Incidents. So look at lap 1. Only 4 incidents on lap 1 at Baku. And then lap 2 happens. So Semi-Pro's got 3 seconds. 5 seconds. But he's retired, is he not? No, he's not. So we have to keep an eye out for him. So he's got 8 seconds over his head. DNF, DNF. You're kidding me, that's it. You're absolutely kidding me. That's it. I can literally count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 incidents. That's it. Usually a lot more than that. Safety car. See, it doesn't say whether or not he served it. He has got a penalty, but whether or not he served it in the pit lane, I'm not quite sure. Suppose we'll have to see. But the only 2 drivers that have penalties, safety car and Semi-Pro. That's it. It's been very clean from these guys at the moment as Alcatraz sets the fastest lap. Wait, Alcatraz sets the fastest lap of the race. Right, okay. Yes, he's on soft tyres, but still. That never happens. We got a battle for second place. Schmidt trying to hang on as long as he can on the medium tyre. As Hooter Magic did come into the pit lane and he did miss those stops. He's now 4.6 seconds behind, so he's lost 0.4 of a second, which isn't as much as it should be. He should have gained 1, 2, maybe 3 seconds with the undercut, because he spent 2 laps on the medium tyre. So the traffic definitely hindered Wogboy's advantage with the undercut. So, have we got any actual battles now starting to develop? Not really. So, everyone is in their little world at the moment. Wogboy leads by 4.5 seconds to Hooter Magic. His teammate Corrupted is a further 5 seconds behind his teammate. And Rizzy Rick now only 1.9 seconds behind Corrupted. But he was closer to him at one stage, so he has lost a bit of time. Whether it was because of a mistake, or whether it's because of his high aero setup, not quite sure. I was too busy looking at the race director. Very unorthodox line from Rizzy Rick. So he goes right up to the inside wall after exiting turn 14. Then sort of tries to do a Scandinavian flip into turn 15. What I mean by that is you turn to the opposite direction to where the corner is going, and you flick the steering back the other way, and you turn the rear of the car into a sort of a pendulum, which slides the car around quite nicely. It's typically used by rally drivers to try and get the car to slide in such a way that when you're at corner exit, immediately when you're at corner exit, the car is always straight. And typically you hit your apexes all the time too when you do it. We did have... Oh, so Semi-Pro did leave the section. Never mind. So he's still in... He's technically in the race. Yeah, let's have a look at where they're at now. They're at the ending of Sector 1, I believe. Yeah, it's very odd. I've never seen anyone do that, to drive it right up to the inside wall at turn 14, flick the car back out to the racing line towards turn 15, towards corner entry, and flick it back over the curbs at turn 15. So let's see if he does it again. It might have been just a mistake. And he's also gaining a lot on Corrupted. He's now almost within DRS range. Let's have a look. Drives it right up to the wall. Flicks it away, flicks it back. Ooh! He wasn't quite quick as he did it the first time. He was a bit more sluggish, and it cost him. It cost him half a second. But just that one mistake. Yeah, I've never done that. I've always driven it away from the inside wall. Try and almost straight line turn 15. Obviously without trying to get a warning, of course, but that's my way of taking turn 15. But him drives the car right up to the inside wall, turns it back onto the racing line, and then goes across. Very odd. I've never seen it done like that. And I think Rizzy Rick has some sort of damage. He is losing time. It's now 2 seconds, the gap. It just shows you the margin for error at this track. Very, very small. You make one mistake, you're in the wall. Like any other street circuit, like Singapore, like Monaco, you make a mistake, you're in the wall, and it costs you. It costs you big time in F1 2019 when you damage a front wing. He seems to have gathered his pace back. It's now 1.7 seconds. Unfortunately, it appears to be the only battle occurring on the circuit at the moment. Wogboy has extended his margin up to 6.5 seconds. And Hooter Magic seems to have pulled away from his teammate as well, now 7.5. Rizzy Rick taking what I would call an unorthodox racing line through turn 16. Again, losing time. This is what's costing him the race for P3. It's just the small mistakes, little mistakes. Let's stop picking on Rizzy Rick for a little while. Let's have a look at some of the other drivers. Position change, very lazy tail up to Schmidt up 6, holy moly. P13 to P7. Honest Crook within the 10 as well. We've got yellows in sector 2. And it's nothing. from dead last to a top 10, and he's very much comfortably in the top 10. He's 12 seconds to Smoke Grass, excuse me, and almost 11 seconds back to Alcatraz, so he's very much safe. But everyone else hasn't made big gains. Lazy Tail up 2, Rizzy Rick up 1, Safety Car has lost 2 after getting a 5-second penalty. Like, if he didn't have that 5-second penalty, he'd be battling with very Lazy Tail right now. He'd be 2 seconds... No, sorry. Yes, no. I'm right with that. He'd be battling very Lazy Tail. Not quite close enough to battle Rizzy Rick. But oh well, that's unfortunate, as Alcatraz comes into the pits for the final time onto a set of mediums. They'll make him to the end of the race for sure, 10 laps. It is a bit of a stretch, but it is very much possible. As I believe Schmidt demonstrated, he stayed out 10 laps on those medium tyres. Oh, quite unfortunate really, such a great, chaotic, action-packed start in the middle of the race. It's boring at the moment, like typical Formula 1. Oh, and who's ready for that this year? 2020. See Lewis Hamilton dominating again, claiming his 7th world title. I mean, are you guys ready for that? For Michael Schumacher to no longer be the #1 driver in Formula 1 statistically. Lewis Hamilton, most likely this year, will overtake Schumacher and equal him with championships. So overtake him with race wins. I think he's only 6 or 7 behind at this stage. Oh, and Rizzy Rick damaged an end plate. Right hand side of end plate gone. Now he wouldn't want to pit because of how much time he'll lose. It's going to drop him like a stone through the order. About P8 position, I'd imagine. So I think he's going to try and battle on here. And I think the very Lazy Tail is going to introduce himself. Try and get that P4 position. We'll have a look at Rizzy Rick. What's he going to do? He's going to stay out. Yeah, back to real world Formula 1. I mean, throughout my childhood, I've always known Michael Schumacher as being #1 in Formula 1 statistically. Not always the best driver in Formula 1, but certainly statistically the best. I mean, with 91 Grand Prix victories and 7 World Championships. I thought it would have taken some time for another champion to come up through the ranks to challenge Schumacher. It only took a decade. It only took a decade. Lewis Hamilton has definitely proven himself. I mean, look, as Lazy Tail cops a 3-second time penalty, he really doesn't need that. None of these guys have penalties. None of them. Safety car does have one over his head. Maybe. I'm not too sure. But yeah, so if Lazy Tail catches up, overtakes Rizzy Rick, he has to make a 3-second gap. And just quickly, what tyres are they on? Okay, so it is a glitch. I was wondering, he's not on mediums, he has to be on the hards, but yeah, it's just a glitch. So that might be an interesting battle to look at, to see whether A, Lazy Tail can catch up, and B, can build a 3-second margin or more within the remaining laps. At least we've got something to look forward to towards the end of the race. Oh. Yeah. I guess we have to return back to the real world of Formula 1. I mean, I know Lewis Hamilton, he's had the advantage of being at Mercedes. Sure, they've had the best car. And of course one of those two drivers were going to take the title. But I think it was the 2018 season where Lewis absolutely carried Mercedes as we got a yellow flag in Sector 2. And it's nothing again, for goodness sake. Codemasters, you're just teasing me. There is a lot of skill involved in winning championships. It's not always just down to the car. Okay, he's had to beat very, very good drivers to get to the title. I mean, he had to beat Nico Rosberg, which he failed one year, as Alcatraz retires from the session. What the fuck? So he won't score any points, and that's 5 retirements now. And he's also, Lewis Hamilton has to beat Valtteri Bottas, who is a good enough driver, I suppose. I mean, he certainly didn't do Mercedes many favours in 2018, except for races like Baku and Russia, where he was leading and just either had team orders or had that tyre blowout. Yeah, at Baku, ironically. But yeah, just to think that Michael Schumacher will no longer be number one. It's kind of weird. And to think if Michael ever progresses with his health to such a point where he can finally return to the racetrack and watch some Formula 1 and watch his son race, he will no longer be number one, statistically. Quite an amazing thing to think about. And it's something you might have to think about because there is absolutely fucking nothing happening. Oh, Jesus. Codemasters must have taken a leaflet out of real world Formula 1. Jesus. So, let's have a look at the race. Rizzy Rick is still 2 seconds behind, but Very Lazy Town hasn't made a lot of progress. He has made some, but not a lot. Not enough. He's only got 7 laps to go, 6 when he crosses the start-finish line. And the gap is 2.7 seconds. So clearly Rizzy Rick is quite comfortable with the broken wing. But does Lazy Tal have enough time and laps to catch, pass and get a 3-second margin? I'll have a quick look at particularly Lazy Tal. So he's got 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the first one was for contact, so that doesn't count. So it's only 2, 3, 4. Oh, hello. Did he just lose a bucket load of time? He did. He's now 6 seconds behind Aussie Rizzy Rick. Oh, well, that was the final nail in the coffin for Larry Lazytown. Oh, that's such a bummer. Oh, jeez. Safety car. He's got that 5-second penalty looming over his head. It appeared as if he served it, but I'm not too sure. Because the race director doesn't actually say whether or not he served the penalty. Smokegrass has retired from the session. Where on earth has he done that? Been in the car somewhere. Holy moly. 6 laps to go. How many retirements? Technically semi-pro is 1 because he's no longer driving. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 retirements. Honest crook. Up 7 places from dead last. What a drive. Absolutely no qualifying. He is 50 seconds behind Breno, but he's made up 7 places. And Schmidt as well. He's made up 6 places. Oh, hello. About time, really. Oh, a battle! Unbelievable. They do actually exist, people. We got the glitching out tyres. They are on the hard compound tyre. Safety car, now within DRS of the very lazy town. God, it's scary going through there. You are inches away from breaking your front wing and ending the race. So easy to do. Lazy Tal, he doesn't appear to have any damage. In fact, he appears to be gaining on Corrupted. Did Corrupted make a mistake somewhere? Or has Aussie Rizzy Rick just decided to turn it on? We might actually have some good racing here, folks. 5 laps to go. We're going safety car. You'll have DRS. There it is. There it goes. He's in overtake mode. 335, 336, 338, 339, 340. 340 kilometers an hour. Into turn 1, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear, sixth gear down to second, I'd imagine. There we go. Short change? No, just gentle enough on the throttle. And we might have a good battle for the end of the race. I think Corrupted must have made a mistake. He's now pulling away again from Rizzy Rick. It's now 1.8 seconds. It was about 1.2. Good to see. Coming through turn 7. Safety car not making a lot of time through the second sector. Maybe his tyres are a bit more worn. He doesn't quite have the mechanical grip. Oh, and very lazy tail goes very, very wide. Has he got damage? He does have damage. Front end plate destroyed. So, safety car. Most likely will overtake the very lazy tail. See how much speed lazy tail loses through the S's. Does he lift? No, he doesn't. Car with the toe, with the DRS in overtake mode. He's got to run. Will he look? Yes, he will. No, he won't. You'll definitely have a look here though, into turn 3 after the second DRS zone. Very lazy tail getting a very good run coming out of turn 2. And also safety car not using any ERS, saving it up. Coming through turns 5 and 6 onto the short, straight away into turn 7. Safety car losing a lot of time there. He just doesn't have the corner exit speed that very lazy tail has. Lazy tail just able to put the power down. He's on 1 lap old, 1 lap younger tyres. compared to safety car. The safety car might just have him a bit overheated at the moment, just a bit too hot, and he can't quite get the drive out of the corners like what very Lazy Tail can. Might just have to pay a little bit of attention to their throttle input. See whether Lazy Tail does it a bit more gently than what safety car does. Of course, tyre pressures come into it as well. But let's see whether or not the driving style had anything to do with it as well. So safety car coming into turn 1, hard on the brakes. Gentle. Kind of progressive. Kind of robotic as well. We'll have a look at safety car. Considering the next two corners are also 90-degree corners, you would almost do the exact same thing. Hard on the brakes. Takes him a little bit longer to get onto the throttle. So it might actually be a confidence thing. He's not quite confident enough to put all the power down to the road. Again, it could be relating back to the tyre pressures. It might have been a warning. I think he had all four wheels over the right line. The safety car really pushing at the moment. He doesn't have to push too hard. Very Lazy Tail does have 3 seconds next to his name. Safety car potentially has 5, so if he does overtake him, and to be certain that penalties won't affect him too much, he needs to build a 2-second margin, and he'll get him here into hot lap mode with the DRS. Easily done. Safety car. But very Lazy Tail does not give up. But he can't get the job done. So safety car takes P5. For him to secure P5 with 100% guarantee that he'll get P5, he needs to build a 2-second margin with 2 laps to go. It is possible, considering Lazy Tail has damage, but Lazy Tail has slightly fresher tyres. Let's not forget Schmidt either. 3.5 seconds behind, so if he gets within 3 seconds, he's in a shot to maybe not just 1, but potentially 2 places. We'll have to see. He is gaining. It's now 3.2 seconds. Oh, very Lazy Tail. Don't bend it now, mate. The safety car has already built up a margin of 1.5 seconds as Wogboy begins the last lap of the Grand Prix. A very typical drive from the defending champion. Clean, clinical, precise, and unfortunately he wasn't really troubled today on the racetrack. Was a little bit in qualifying, but it has been an absolutely superb drive from the Racing Point driver. Absolutely superb. Coming through turn 12 now. Nice and gentle. Almost out of fuel. He's got plenty of ERS left. But Hooter Magic, regarding his very good qualifying performance, and considering 10 seconds does seem like a lot, but I'm sure he'll be quite happy with second place. Solid 35 points to his name. We corrupted his teammate P3. A very strong day for Mercedes. But it's all about this man. 10 wins last year, 17 podiums. And he increases that today here at Azerbaijan as he wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Win tally now up to 11. With Hutamagic finishing in P2. Corrupted his teammate. Will finish P3. A very, very solid day for Mercedes. Rizzy Rick, P4. Right, and now comes the interesting thing. Safety car has built it up a big enough margin, and he'll finish P5. Yes, he will. By 0.3 of... No, he will not! Schmidt was fast enough in the end. He did gain the 2 positions. He finishes 5th. What a drive from him. I'm sure he's made up the most places. 8 places. A superb drive from him. So safety car will finish P6. Celebrating a little bit prematurely. Look at that. 0.3 of a second separate 5th and 6th, and another 0.3 from 6th to 7th. Breno, P8. Honest Crook. A solid drive from him, P9. And Semi-Pro, well, he did retire from the race. He left the session. So I don't think he'll be scoring points today, but he technically finishes 10th. Oh. Had a very good start. And then everything just sort of just fell away, unfortunately. It wasn't all action-packed, but it was a good race nonetheless. As Wogue Boy takes another win and gets his championship off to the perfect start. Hutamagic in P2, Corrupted in P3. Very good day for Mercedes, for the constructors, to have both drivers on the podium. So, as I said, those were our top 3. In P4, Aussie Rizzy Rick. P5, Schmidt from 13th to 5th. A superb drive from him. Safety car P6, so the 5 seconds didn't count in the pit lane. He had to add 5 seconds onto his end time. Lazy Tail P7, Breno P8, Honest Crook P9, Semi-Pro, Smokegrass, Alcatraz, Rudy, Alex, Dermy, and Papa G. All of them not finishing the race. And who set the fastest lap? It was, I can't believe it, Honest Crook set the fastest lap of the race, a 1 minute 42.4. Yep, he set the fastest lap of the race. So he gets 1 additional point for that superb drive from last to P6. And also that 1 extra point. Oh. Action-packed at the start, fell away at the end. Typical Azerbaijan. It's a very difficult place to actually race at. But that is only the beginning. We have got a lot of races coming up, and I mean a lot of races coming up. In fact, potentially tomorrow, we've got the Blue Championship that I will be contesting in. Yay! So you get to see me go round and round in circles and probably crash into someone, who knows. Here at Baku as well, so expect a lot of carnage. Like this race had a good clean start. Our one won't. But I'm not sure whether or not it's being streamed. I hope it is. I really do. I think Lazy Town might be doing it. But anyway, That is it. Round 1 of the Green Championship is done and dusted. Thank you all so much for watching. I've been the Smeg. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to Season 2. And have a very good night.